We have been socialized to become consumers. We are constantly buying too much food and too much clothing. We simply want too much. Unknowingly, we are contributing to the rapid increase in consumerism. An example of consumerism today is fast fashion. But what the heck is fast fashion? I know it sounds like fast food, and it's basically the same thing. Fast fashion focuses on creating clothing fast and sold for cheap prices. Okay, so let's talk history. Clothing used to be viewed as a luxury, as it was made for each individual. It then evolved to pre-made clothing and standardized sizing, and today to the fashion era, where clothing is made in mass production. Clothing has become very cheap. To put in perspective, according to U.S. Department of Labor, in 1900, Americans spent 20% of their income on a few pieces of clothing, whereas in 2003, Americans were spending only 4% of their income on clothing, but buying mass amounts of it. Prices for clothing are so low due to globalization, as globalization promised the perfect scenario. First world countries will get clothing for cheap, while creating job opportunities for third world countries with poor civilians in order to take them out of the lower class. Unfortunately, this perfect scenario has been taken advantage of, as it created sweatshops filled with hardworking but low-paid workers working in dangerous conditions. But sweatshops have been around for decades, so what's different now?
12 people were killed in another major factory fire. 30,000 Chinese workers have been on strike.
Garment workers in Bangladesh paying the price for cheap clothing.
On the 24th in April 2013, a sweatshop called the Rana Plaza collapsed, killing 1,134 workers in simply 9 seconds. This was the first event that exposed the poor conditions of a sweatshop. This also caused the beginning of the fashion revolution. The fashion revolution is a movement that is created to unite people to work as one, in order to change the way our clothes are made, sourced, and consumed, for the purpose to make our clothing in a fair, clean, and safe way. I strongly support this movement because it attempts to avoid negative protesting, victimizing, and name-shaming. Instead, this movement believes in being action-oriented and solution-focused, as they shy away from making people feel guilty and rather help them understand they have the power as consumers to make a change. The fashion revolution understands that you need to buy new clothing, but it does not say that you have to stop buying clothing altogether. It just says you have to stop the fast fashion. Therefore, if you want more clothing, support slow fashion. Slow fashion clothing is made of 3 components. It must be good in quality, not harmful towards the environment, and fair for the consumers and also the producers. The fashion revolution sounds amazing, but how successful is it? In April 2017, 113K people posted using the fashion revolution hashtag on social media. Retailers responded to this by developing 2 different agreements to improve the factory and work safety in Bangladesh. The 2 different agreements to help improve was the Accord on Fire and Building Safety in Bangladesh and the Alliance for Bangladesh Worker Safety. Factories had bad circuit breakers, which is a fire starter, but by March 2018, 82.8% of these cases were fixed. In 2013, 97% of the Accord factories lacked a safe and secure exit. By March 2018, 96.5% of the factories have been successfully addressed. Keep in mind that this movement is only 5 years old, as it began in 2013. Therefore, these changes are only the beginning. But next time you go shopping, beg the question: who made my clothes?